Hello beautiful creatures, welcome to my channel. I am Neroli, the Witch of Dark Light, and I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to drop in and make this quick video as we are coming upon the spring equinox, ostara, springtime is in the air. I wanted to share with you an incense that I am creating that you can use in candle magic. You can use just strictly as an incense by using it on a charcoal or by using it in an oil burner. So I wanted to share what those ingredients are and the reason why I use them. So first, yes, I'm in my kitchen. I'm finding that sitting down, I'm a person that likes to move, and when I'm sitting down, a lot of my energy is constricted and it wants to kind of flow, and I feel I can't be as creative when I am sitting down. So I may be a little more animated in this video. So my ingredients that I use for my spring equinox incense, and you can use this not just for like that day. This is something that you can use to ignite those vibrations of spring in the air. So 4 ingredients, and keep in mind, if you don't have all of these, there's one that I believe is I'm going to say 2, but most definitely one that I believe is a core to this whole creation. But of course you can adapt and use whatever you have or whatever it is that you are led to using. The foundation and first ingredient is, I have here in my jar, orange pills, and there's another name label on the back because I am in the process of cleaning my apothecary that is over to the left of me. I'm not going to show you because it's still a mess, and I've been emptying out bottles and repurposing them. So this one has something else on it. But here in this jar is orange pills, and they have to be dried. All of the moisture has to be removed before you can use them in this ingredient, in this incense. And for me, that took quite a bit. I don't know when it actually completely dried because I left them. As you can, I don't know if you can see it here. I have more that I'm drying, but they take quite a long time. So I don't know if you can put them in a microwave. I know some people dry things in the microwave, or you can put them on a cooking sheet in the oven and lay them out so that it can, on a very, very, very low heat, like a 200 Fahrenheit, and let them dry out that way. If you want to have this ready for ostara and the spring equinox, but you take dried orange pills, and I have no measurements to supply you with because it is whatever you're led to using and how much that you want to use. I took a couple of orange pills about this size and used those. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your mortar and pestle, and I have mine here, which is quite heavy. So I have mine here, and in it I still have some of my mixture, but you're going to need your mortar and pestle. So after you have successfully ground up your orange pills, the next thing that you're going to put in it, which to me is the second thing that I feel like is unnecessary for this, but that's me. You can absolutely omit this or substitute it. And I'll explain some of the reasons why I use these as I go along, so that you can work with what that is to be able to substitute. So this is frankincense resin, one of my favorites, which is why I always have it in abundance. So I take some frankincense resin. After the orange pills are successfully ground up, you're going to take your frankincense resin. As I said, the measurements are up to you with how much you want to use. I took maybe about 2 teaspoons of the frankincense resin and put it in, and then I ground them up together. Now, the reason why I'm using orange pills is because orange, at least to me, and some of the common understandings of orange pills is just the energy of spring, the energy of ushering in the sunshine, blooming, awakening, and prosperity and abundance. You can use orange pills for. So that is one of the reasons that I'm using this, because for me, when I smell an orange, it like awakens my senses. It's that vitamin C nourishment that your body needs. So that's why I'm using that. And the frankincense resin I'm using for abundance. It has this aroma that ushers in those higher vibrations, and it has abundance and the prosperity properties to it, which is another reason why I'm using it. So the next 2 things are oils. Now, after you have ground up your orange pills and your resin together, you want to remove it out of your mortar, because, well, at least for me, I don't like to put oil in my mortar. You can if you want, that's totally up to you, but I remove it from the mortar because the next step is putting the oil inside the blend. So 2 oils. I have Calendula oil, and the reason why I'm using calendulas is, are you sensing a theme, right? It's yellows and oranges. These are things that remind you of blossoming, a newness, freshness, the sunshine. So that is one of the reasons why I'm using calendula oil. And the next one, this is another one that is my most favorite oil, is Neroli oil. And I use it, I think I did last year, where I used it in a spray, a mist, where you can, have that aroma that way, which is another thing that you could do. Take a couple of drops of this and maybe just a drop of like a peroxide or alcohol and water, and make a spray out of this. But for this, the reason why I'm using Neroli is it also, excuse me, I'm just gonna smell it. Oh my goodness. Originally, when I purchased the Neroli oil, it was to use in prosperity, money, magic, abundance. So that is one of the reasons, one of the main reasons, 2 main reasons for that. And because of its aroma, it has that orangey citrus smell to it. And when you smell it, it awakens your frequencies. It just awakens everything when you smell this, and you think about that vitamin C again, right? That vitamin C that we need for our nourishment, for our immunity, to help us feel better and fight off all of those things that brings about like those common colds and the other thing that I'm not going to mention in this video. But so Neroli oil, you're going to take 2 drops, only 2 drops. And you know what? For me, 2 drops because of the amount. But if you are making like this large batch because you love it and you want to do that, you can absolutely up the amount of drops to use. So I have, I'm going to say I have about, maybe a palm full of my incense. So I'm going to take 2 drops of this oil, and also because I'm going to take 2 drops of the calendula, so 2 drops of each. Now, as I mentioned, when you think about all of the reasons why I'm incorporating all of these together, if you don't have these, you can use that information to substitute any ingredient that brings about like sunshine, has an essence of sunshine, has an essence of blossoming, has an essence of like citrusy smells. You can use grapefruit. I actually might, maybe that'll be too much oil, but this is the base core. You can follow your intuition if you want to add more, but I have grapefruit oil. I might actually add a couple of drops of that because you want to use things that are citrusy for this blend. And you can use, if you don't have these, you can use abundance of prosperity oils in this blend. Now, you don't want to really use lavender. That's a different vibration. That's a different frequency. If you are led to, you absolutely can, but you want to try to stick to the like oranges and citrus and yellows and golds. So this is the energy that you want to put into this blend. So after you do that, you put your couple of drops in and you blend that up together. I like to use my hands because this doesn't irritate me, but be careful because you may be irritated by the oils or the resin or what have you. So just be safe when you're blending it. If you can use your fingers, that's great because you can put that intention in there. And let me backtrack. When you are every step, I like to say, in everything that I do, candle magic, spell work, ritual work, every step that you take is with intention. When I ground up the orange pills with intention, I thought about all the things that over the winter when I went into that dark mode, I thought about that lifting because it's now time to emerge out of the ground, awaken, arise. So you do every step with intention. And with what I mean by with intention, you think about seeing yourself arise. You think about the sun illuminating around you. You think about abundance. You think about growth. The earth is growing and blooming. Think about flowers. Think about all the yellows and, you know, the daisies, all those flowers blooming. So this is what you do every step of the way in your creating this blend. So after you create it, there's a couple ways that you can use it. I, for the most part, will be using a charcoal disc and placing just a pinch of that. Now, you don't want to put too much oil in your blend because, or maybe you do. You're like me, and I'm a pyro. I love fire. So, but the more oil you put, the more chances are that when you put that incense on the charcoal, it may catch a little fire. So be safe and careful with that. But you can use it on the top of the charcoal, just a pinch, because a pinch goes a long way. Or you can put it in a oil diffuser. At the top, you can either put water and put some of the incense in that, and when it gets heated up, it'll burn and diffuse that aroma throughout your home. Or you can use a little oil, like olive oil, and put it on the top of that diffuser. And because you want to have a liquid, you can't just, if you know how to use an oil diffuser, you want to put some type of liquid so that it can heat up and whatever aromas within can burn and diffuse throughout the home. So you can take a couple of teaspoons or maybe 1 teaspoon of olive oil or grapeseed oil or sunflower oil, and which is probably the best thing to do going with this theme. And you put a teaspoon of that in your oil diffuser and you sprinkle some of the incense in there, and the aroma goes throughout your home. I actually might try that with the sunflower oil. I was just going to use it over the charcoal disc, But these are the ways that you can use it. Now, what I'm also going to do is dress my candle that I will be burning for Ostara. I'm going to dress my candle with this blend. I'm going to do that, you know, put that incense blend on there sparingly because I don't want to let it, you know, catch fire. But I will be dressing my candle, and I think I have a beeswax candle, a taper candle that I'm going to use. And if I don't have a beeswax candle, I will either use a yellow candle or a gold candle or orange candle. These are the candles that will go along with the theme of this right here. Now, alternatively, because it's Ostara, you could think about all of the pastel colors, like your pinks. You know, you use a pink candle. Just all of the, like a light blue candle, all of the pastel colors. So you can work with those colors with this as well, as it is Ostara. But generally, I'm doing this for the spring equinox to usher in spring. So that is how you can use that in candle magic as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. I just wanted to come on here and share. Was that quick? I don't know. But I just wanted to share what some of the things that I was doing to work within the energies of the coming of spring. If you have any questions, let me know. Drop those comments in the comment section. Until the next video, I love you all, and into the shadows.